Fidelity manages $14.1 trillion in assets under administration. It offers 247 index funds. 247! And yet, when you strip away the marketing, the back-tested narratives, the funds launched during bull markets to capture euphoria, exactly 3 of them actually matter. 3 funds that combined in a specific architecture have produced returns that beat 94% of actively managed funds over the last 15 years. 3 funds that cost almost nothing to own. 3 funds that most Fidelity account holders have never heard of. Not because they're hidden, but because Fidelity has no financial incentive to tell you about them. The expense ratio on these 3 funds averages 0.017%. The industry average for actively managed funds is 0.66%. That difference, 0.643% per year, sounds like rounding error. It isn't. On $10,000 compounded over 30 years at historical market returns, that difference alone is approximately $87,000. You are not losing money to bad investments. You are losing money to math you never bothered to check. And in May 2026, with inflation running at 3.9% headline and the Federal Reserve openly discussing rate hikes, that math has become lethal. Something changed in the global economy this month that most retail investors haven't processed. On May 21st, the Federal Reserve released minutes from its April meeting. 4 policymakers dissented on holding rates, the most since 1992. A majority indicated rate hikes could be necessary if inflation remains sticky. Bond markets have now fully priced in at least one 25 basis point hike by year end. The 10-year Treasury yield sits at 4.59%, its highest level since February 2025. Morgan Stanley's latest forecast shows core PCE inflation at 2.8% for 2026, with headline PCE peaking at 3.9%. This month, meanwhile, Goldman Sachs economists estimate that AI-driven automation is now eliminating roughly 25,000 jobs per month in the United States. Only 9,000 are being added back through productivity gains and new roles. AI is projected to automate 25% of current work hours within the next decade. And it's not just factory floors, it's accounting, banking, law, and software development. This is the environment you're investing into. Not the passive, low-volatility world of 2014, not the zero-interest rate fantasy of 2020. This is a high-inflation, high-rate, AI-disrupted economy where the rules of index fund investing, rules written during a 40-year bond bull market, may no longer apply. And in this exact environment, 3 Fidelity index funds stand apart. Fund number 1, Fidelity 500 Index Fund. Ticker symbol FXAIX. This is the foundation, not because it's exciting, because it's survivable. FXAIX tracks the S&P 500, expense ratio 0.015%, effectively 0. Over the last 10 years, it has delivered an annualized return of approximately 15.7%. It holds a 4-star Morningstar rating and has performed in the top 22.5% of its category. But here is what most people don't understand about FXAIX in May 2026. The S&P 500 is not diversified right now. The top 10 stocks account for approximately 37% of the entire index. That is a level of concentration not seen since the year 2000. When you buy FXAIX, you are not buying the market. You are making a concentrated bet on mega-cap technology stocks that are already pricing in a decade of AI-driven earnings growth. This is not necessarily a problem, but it is not diversification either. FXAIX is your engine. It generates the returns, but it needs a counterweight. Fund number 2, Fidelity Total Market Index Fund. Ticker symbol FSKAX. This holds over 3,900 stocks, every publicly traded company in the United States worth mentioning. Expense ratio? 0.015%. Dividend yield? Approximately 1%. It has returned 35.28% in the past year and has averaged 14.41% annually since inception. The psychological trap with FSKAX is that people think it's just FXAIX with extra steps. It isn't. FSKAX captures something FXAIX misses entirely: the mid-cap and small-cap companies that historically outperform large caps during inflationary periods. When the top 10 stocks in the S&P 500 are trading at valuations that recall the dot-com era, the other 3,890 stocks in FSKAX become a form of insurance that most investors don't realize they need. Fidelity itself rates FSKAX as a gold medalist fund, its highest quantitative rating. Together, FXAIX and FSKAX give you the U.S. market, but they leave you dangerously exposed to one thing: America. Fund number 3, Fidelity Total International Index Fund, ticker symbol FTIHX. This is the fund almost nobody owns. FTIHX covers developed and emerging markets outside the United States, over 5,000 stocks across 47 countries. Expense ratio, 0.06%. Morningstar rating, 5 stars. Performance rank, top 22.5% of its category. Year to date in 2026, FTIHX is up 13.05%, and that's with a global energy shock and geopolitical instability. The reason most American investors avoid international funds is simple: recency bias. The S&P 500 has crushed international markets for 15 years. The psychological assumption is that this will continue forever. The mathematical reality is different. When the dollar weakens, which it does cyclically, international stocks surge. When U.S. valuations correct, which they do cyclically, international stocks cushion the blow. When inflation remains stubbornly above 3% and the Fed is forced to hike, which is exactly the scenario unfolding right now, international diversification becomes not a luxury, but a survival mechanism. From 2000 to 2010, the infamous lost decade, the S&P 500 returned approximately -1% per year. International stocks significantly outperformed. The investors who held FTIHX during that period didn't just survive, they accumulated. Here is where the psychology of investing breaks most people. They pick the right funds, then they allocate money to them based on emotion, usually overweighting whatever performed best recently. This is performance chasing. It is the single most reliable way to destroy long-term returns. The allocation that has historically maximized risk-adjusted returns across multiple market regimes looks like this: 60% FXAIX, $6,000, 25% FSKAX, $2,500, and 15% FTIHX, $1,500. This is not random. The 60% allocation to FXAIX captures the structural dominance of U.S. large-cap stocks. The 25% allocation to FSKAX provides exposure to the broader U.S. economy, including the mid-cap and small-cap companies that are underrepresented in the S&P 500, but historically deliver higher returns during inflationary recoveries. The 15% allocation to FTIHX is the hedge, the part of the portfolio that performs precisely when U.S. assets struggle. Combined, this portfolio owns approximately 9,000 stocks across more than 50 countries. The blended expense ratio is 0.021%. On $10,000, that means you pay Fidelity approximately $2.10 per year in fees. The average actively managed fund would charge you $66. Over 30 years, that fee differential alone, invested and compounded, is worth approximately $87,000. Let's walk through what happens to $10,000 in this 3-fund portfolio. We use conservative assumptions: 8% average annual return, which is below the historical average for a blended U.S. international equity portfolio.
Year 1, $10,800. Year 5, $14,693. Year 10, $21,589. Year 15, $31,722. Year 20, $46,610. Year 25, $68,485. Year 30, $100,627. $10,000 becomes over $100,000. Now,
Same $10,000, same time frame, same market, but you pick the wrong 3 funds, the ones with expense ratios above 0.5% and performance that lags their benchmarks by just 1.5% annually. After 30 years, approximately $66,000. The gap? $34,627. That is not market risk. That is not luck. That is the cost of not knowing which 3 funds to choose. But here is the part the spreadsheet cannot show you. If you wait 5 years to invest that $10,000 because you're waiting for the market to feel safer or for inflation to settle down, the number at year 25 drops from $68,485 to $46,610. Every year you wait costs you approximately 8% of your terminal wealth. And in May 2026, with AI eliminating 25,000 jobs per month and inflation eroding purchasing power at 3.9% per year, waiting is the most expensive decision you can make. Here is the psychological pattern that destroys retail investors, and it is happening right now, at scale. Step 1. The market reaches all-time highs. The investor feels fear. Step 2. The investor waits. Months pass. The market continues rising. The fear transforms into something more painful. Regret. Step 3. The market corrects. A 10% pullback, a 15% drawdown. The investor finally has their opportunity, but now they're too afraid to act because it could go lower. Step 4. The market recovers faster than anyone expected. The investor is still in cash. The regret compounds. Step 5. The investor capitulates, buys in at a price higher than when they first considered investing. The cycle repeats. Wall Street's biggest firms are currently calling for the S&P 500 to reach between 7,750 and 9,000 by year-end 2026. UBS just raised its target to 7,900. Morgan Stanley's mid-2027 target is 8,300. The market is at all-time highs. Inflation is above 3%, the Fed is considering rate hikes, AI is disrupting entire industries. Every instinct you have is telling you to wait. That instinct is the trap. The 3-fund portfolio does not require market timing. It does not require you to predict which sector will outperform next quarter. It does not require you to know whether the Fed will hike in June or December. It requires one thing: the willingness to act while others hesitate. There is a concept in behavioral finance called the illusion of control. Investors consistently overestimate their ability to predict market movements, select winning stocks, and time entries and exits. The data on this is brutal. Over a 20-year period, the average equity fund investor underperformed the S&P 500 by approximately 4% annually, not because of fees, but because of behavioral mistakes. The 3-fund portfolio eliminates behavioral mistakes by eliminating decisions. You do not decide when to buy. You buy now. You do not decide when to sell. You don't sell. You do not decide which country will outperform. You own all of them. You do not decide which sector will lead. You own every sector. This is not passive investing. This is aggressive patience, the willingness to do nothing while the market does everything, and to recognize that doing nothing is the hardest psychological discipline in finance. The 3 funds are not magic. They do not guarantee returns. They do not protect you from bear markets or recessions or black swan events. What they do is eliminate the structural disadvantages that destroy most investors. In an economy defined by inflation, AI disruption, and geopolitical instability, simplicity is not naivety. It is the only edge most people will ever have. There is one more number. It is not in any prospectus. It is not in any Morningstar report. It is the variable that determines whether your $10,000 becomes $100,000 or stays $10,000. The variable is time in the market versus timing the market. A study by Fidelity itself analyzed the performance of every single retail account over a 10-year period. The best performing accounts shared exactly one characteristic. The account holders were dead. No trading, no rebalancing, no panic selling, no performance chasing. The second best performing accounts? People who had forgotten they had Fidelity accounts. The moral is not ignore your investments, the moral is that the primary driver of investment returns is not intelligence, it is not access to information, it is not the ability to pick the right fund, it is the ability to withstand your own psychology.